Malik Mustafa, Renardo Green, Isaac Guerrero, he's starting to come alive. Jacob Cowing on punt returns, so far, pretty good. The guy needs to get some cleats for the turf, but he's doing a pretty good job. For a rookie, I'm impressed with what he's done out there, the confidence he's going out there, catching the punt return pretty well, and had the one mistake, if I can remember correctly, but other than that, from special teams perspective, I'm pretty happy with what he's done so far. Ricky Pearsall still to be determined. Not his fault, of course. Dominick Puni, though. Dominick Puni. Now, John Lynch said going into this season that these rookies were going to be important players on this football team. And you can see they're important players on this football team. In 20 seconds, I'm going to tell you what Trent Williams said. And then later in the video, we're going to be looking at some of Dominick Puni's standout performances so far this season. My goodness. Faithful. This is awesome, guys. This is awesome. This is a great situation for us to be in financially. We're in a good spot. If you're new here, I'm Nate. Love talking the 49ers. Please consider a like and sub if you haven't yet. I very much do appreciate it. It makes a difference for me. The greatest left tackle in the National Football League had some big words to say about rookie right guard, third rounder, mind you, third rounder. Listen to what he had to say.
Trent, you mentioned Puni, the guy never played right guard in college, and he comes in with this new position. He seems like, as you said, a veteran. How amazing has that been to see?
That's amazing. I didn't know he didn't play right guard in college, so I just learned something. Yeah, which is crazy because, I mean, he literally has the makings of a Pro Bowl, All-Pro player at that position. So, but he's like I said, he's a godsend, man. He's a, really, really good kid. Really, really professional. He gained his teammates' respect just by the way he carries himself.
Okay. Has the makings of a Pro Bowl player, All-Pro player at the right guard position. Wow. That is some love for Dominick Puni from Trent Williams of all people. And you remember Trent Williams was surprised when he first learned that Dominick Puni was a rookie. When he first showed up and met him because he didn't realize he was a rookie because he was playing like he isn't a rookie. It was fantastic. Great from Trent Williams. Obviously, Trent Williams wasn't there for all of training camp in those preseason games, so he wasn't seeing what we were able to see in those limited snaps that we were seeing with Puni out there, taking advantage of an opportunity, some injuries on the offensive line, getting some first-team reps, and he has not lost his position since, and he's not going to, I don't believe, knock on wood, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, Trent Williams calling him a potential for All-Pro, Pro Bowl kind of player, or Pro Bowl, All-Pro, I should say it in that order. But this guy's been popping off. His overall PFF grade, by the way, and I know it's a PFF grade, all right, I get it. You don't have to at me in the comments. His overall PFF grade is currently at a 78.3. I'm not going to show you anything else. That's all behind a paywall, and I didn't pay for the paywall. So, this is crazy coming from Dominick Puni, and I've got some other stats I want to bring up to support what I'm saying here. But my goodness, are we impressed with Dominick Puni and what he's done? He has been all over on the PFF grades, and he has been an improvement on our PFF grades at the right guard spot coming into the season. Now you've got a completely different, new, fresh right guard who's absolutely killing it, and he's turning heads even when you've got future Hall of Famers on your football team talking about this guy here. And if you remember early on during the preseason, I think it was Fred Warner that had a mic on and was talking about how good Dominick Puni was. And, 77, my goodness. So I'm pretty sure I'm remembering that correctly. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But let's just look real quick at some of the standout PFF grades that Dominick Puni has had over these last number of weeks here. So week 6, he tops the chart for highest graded 49ers. There he is right there. And this was a minimum of 25 snaps. That's why you're seeing Evan Anderson not on the top of this list, because Evan Anderson, who did have a higher one, that was with no minimum snap count. He was at 13 snap counts, or 13 on the snap count. So here you've got Dominick Puni on top of the chart for if you only look at players with 25 snaps or more. And then that was just this week against the Seahawks. We go a little bit further back, 2 weeks. Dominick Puni among guards in week 4, just in total. 85.8 PFF grade, second in the league. 88.4 pass blocking grade, first in the league. 79.1 run blocking grade, second in the league. 29 pass blocking snaps, 0 pressures allowed in week 4. Okay, we keep going. This is week 1 versus the Jets. There he is again on the top 5 list. Highest graded 49ers in week 1 versus the Jets. There he is at 79.1. And he's on if you remember that game, my goodness, guys. I mean, the 49ers look pretty incredible, and there was a lot of things to be excited about. Fred Warner, of course, having an absolute masterclass at linebacker against the Jets that week. So, yeah, there's the highest graded offensive rookie, by the way. Highest graded offensive rookie in week 1 was Dominick Puni. So there's a lot to love about this young man. And, I mentioned it before, but, John Lynch talked about how important these guys are for this team. And when you think about the creation of the roster over a long term, okay, so we're talking 2-3 years, these rookies help you balance your books. Because now you're looking at your offensive line, you're like, okay, we probably pay Aaron Banks, and the other guys might be gone. And that's the way that goes, the guys who are up for contracts. And so you've got your starting right guard, you got your starting left guard, you're going to pay him. You don't have to pay both of them. So that's great. And then with the number of players on this team in general that have to be paid, and then you've got these other rookies like Renardo Green, that's gonna save you a lot of headaches if he continues to develop as he has been. Malik Mustafa, my goodness, what an absolute beast! And we saw all the pictures of him who looked like, I don't even know what to call it. Like he's like a warrior. It doesn't even look real. It looks like CGI. When from all the off-season shirtless pictures of the guy, he just looks massive. And he's out there as a safety. He's making mistakes like rookies do. So is Renardo Green. But, overall, very, very impressed with their development. Very impressed with what they offer. And to take a guy like George Odom, who had a lot of time at safety last season and was coming in this season without Hufanga being healthy, as another guy that needed to be out there, and Malik Mustafa is upstaging him in so many ways, that says something. And it helps you as a team when you can draft like this. Teams who can draft well can continue to maintain to pay these high players because you continue to get these rookies in here, and then that rotation just takes care of itself. So, look, I haven't even done like a comment thing. We got to comment below, guys. How are you feeling about this draft? Firstly, how are you feeling about this draft? Yes, Ricky Pearsall, first round pick for a really long time. And we gotta give him some time. Okay, it's not totally his fault. He had some injuries. That was his fault, you could say. But can't totally blame him for the incident that took place that has knocked him out for all of these actual weeks of NFL football. You hope, of course, that the extra rest is good for his shoulder and things like that. But obviously, you'd much rather have him on the field, getting some reps out there, getting some snaps, seeing what he can do against man coverage, which we're going to see again next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, you wish he was healthy. But he's out there practicing. You're probably not going to see him. Maybe, I highly doubt it, but you might see him against the Cowboys. But you're probably not seeing him until after Ricky Pearsall until after the break. So after the bye week, then you start to see guys like that. You've got, of course, Christian McCaffrey hopefully coming back soon after the bye week. So there's a lot to look forward to about some of these guys who are getting healthy and are ready to contribute. But what this team has been able to accomplish, thanks to the rookies, especially this week, this Thursday, against the Seattle Seahawks. What this team has been able to accomplish without so many big-name players, Hufanga out, Mooney Ward out, Christian McCaffrey out. I'm just super impressed by what these players have done here. And, Isaac Guerendo, I don't think, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to project anything because he's got the opportunity in front of him. And so far, he's done a decent job. He's had a couple of those runs where he does not see the gap that everybody else is watching on TV and can see so clearly. But you give him some time during that game, he starts to find a rhythm, and all of a sudden, a lot of people say finding the gap is a rhythm thing. It's a feel thing. And a lot of guys can't just go out there, even greats can't go out there without the rhythm. And so we're seeing what Isaac Guerendo might be able to accomplish. And, of course, we've talked multiple times about his 4.3 speed. And if he can stay healthy, knock on wood, because the guy has had a lot of injuries in his short career, both, in preseason NFL stuff, but also in college. He had a lot of injuries as well that kind of kept him from ever really having a solid starter role. The guy is playing, and he's taking advantage of some opportunities. And if he can stay healthy, maybe goodness, I don't know, maybe the professional level help that he gets from the athletic department, from trainers and stuff, could be the difference maker for the healthy future that he has in front of him. We've seen other guys go get that kind of experience and that kind of professional help that then became much more healthy individuals throughout their career. So it's possible. It's most certainly possible. We'll have to wait and see, of course. My goodness, Dominick Puni. We are a lucky fan base right now to have so many rookies popping off at this exact juncture of the football season, because we got a long way to go down the stretch. We're hoping to go real deep in the playoffs. So lots to happen, lots to look forward to. I'm feeling optimistic as always. No surprises there. What a time to be alive.